things.
Yo. It's your boy HifiVega. The surprise start with my dude Dean eating chips. But you guys know who I am. And he is the man who never sleeps. Car Audio's own bad boy. The man who once said, Goonies never die. What's up, Dean?
Goonies never die.
Never say die. Excuse me. I wrote that down.
Either way.
Yeah.
Rocky Road!
What is up, man? What's been going on in 5-star land? Besides the chips eating, the running, all the stuff.
Just in case anyone, these are veggie chips, not anything bad. You know. No, man, just busy as crap. You know, just busy back to back. This week is back to back big jobs, so it's just fun and excitement.
Yeah, and doing a Wednesday show and on top of your Monday and Friday, and
that was fun, dude. So I literally, I don't know why anyone says that. I got done with this, went and ate dinner, got everything set up, and I go, you know what? Let's just pop in and see. And there, it was right when you guys were wrapping up, going, I'm gonna play the intro again, and I was like, oh, okay. Perfect timing. It's like, damn, that was good.
You have a knack for the timing on that, man. You really got it dialed in.
It's just we're on that. I don't know. It's like, oh, it's time to go to work.
It's spicy since it's tingling. They're fixing to say something about me. I better be on there to.
Now, if I could just figure out to do that with Kip's show, I'd be all set.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, because Kip says it's a hard 90 minutes, but then every time I watch it, it's not a hard 90 out.
No, it's not. It's like it's very loose and sloppy. It's like because and like he says to me, he goes, you know, I've been liking to keep these at 90 minutes, and I said, well, there's no reason to stop now. We can do this again.
Let's go 90 minutes. You said it.
Yeah.
Cut the hard line.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I want to. Yeah.
Yo, Scott, appreciate it.
Oh wow! Right off the bat. All right, let's see who can team up with Scott. Come on, let's not leave Scott hanging.
I do have.
I got a 5. Who's got a 6?
I put the episode because I was running around doing things today. I didn't have time to come up with a. So the episode is called the Car Audio episode.
Oh, because of yeah.
It just could be a ruse. Who knows?
It is totally a ruse.
I just draw them in, and they listen to us talk about nonsense, and then they'll complain on the video like, "Hey, you guys didn't teach me nothing this whole hour. Why am I watching this?"
I don't know.
Why are you watching this?
I mean, if it didn't get better after 15 minutes, chances are good at the 45 mark, it's not going to improve any better. Third error, dropping a penny. What the hell? It's not how it works. It's not how it works.
Appreciate it. Dean speaks. They come in.
I mean, I'm going to take it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pay the bills around here. So why he's saying that is because there was one guy that complained about us not talking about car audio, and I'm like, and you know, you handled that so politely because I couldn't do that. For one, I would have just deleted it and pissed all over it and been like, rotten, whatever, you know. Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna because, but you handle it so eloquently. Like, dude, I do. You know, like there's tons of content that between the two of us we put out there that if you want to learn something, this ain't the show for that. This is it's Thursday night, man. Okay, right. We've seen learning crap all week. You know, right. And hey, if you're that worried, we still got 2 more shows tomorrow and 1 on Saturday. So tune in.
Got you covered.
You got nonstop education about car audio coming your way. And guess what? It starts over again on Monday. You know, this cycle don't end. You know, it's like constant. And the one show that is like fun and just kind of like hanging out and we're all just, you know, kick it in the comments and just shooting the shit and talking about Jell-O pudding pops. And that's the one show he turns into. Poor guy. I felt bad for him.
Well, that's why I was like, you know, believe it or not, we have other passions and ideas outside of car audio. It's very weird. It's strange. That was a Haley. Was that?
No, Haley rocks.
That was root beer, huh?
Yeah. Did you ever see the Rip Beer challenge we did?
Yes, I did.
Dude, Haley killed that. I sucked. Everything was A&W. Rip Beer is like, yeah, that's A&W. That one's IBC. Did I already say A&W?
Wait, what did you pick? I think I like the Barks. I don't know. I haven't drank them in so long. I like the Barks root beer, I think.
I know. I honestly, there was a couple of those that were just like, and then there was, I really liked IBC, but then after I tasted others, I was like, I don't know how much I really like IBC.
We have family that lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the Amish people can make some freaking root beer, man.
Ooh,
they don't play. They don't play.
Yeah, I like I honestly like the orange cream soda better. Like the orange, that tastes like an orange pop. Oh man. BJ's has that, the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll take one of those. And the nice thing about it is nobody will try it. It's like I don't have to worry about, let me have a sip. Because it's like $2.50 a glass, and it's not they don't like refill it or something. It's like, what do you got? What do you guys got? Like, I mean, is there Amish or who is there a shaman in the back that's making this and blessing it? I mean, why can't
I feel the same way when I'm eating breakfast? It's like I really want apple juice, but they only give you one glass. And do I want to drink water the rest of the time? Because I know I'm going to down this apple juice. So
because it's small. It's like orange juice. Can I get a big boy cup of orange juice? Or I mean, we live in Florida. Like literally, there's an orange tree down the street. We could fresh squeeze this shit, no problem.
Bring like the whole carafe, man. I need it all.
It's like the cheapest fruit here. Come on, really? I can't get a whole glass of orange juice? I mean, come on. What the hell?
I do have a topic for it. Not a topic. I have a topic sort of loosely based in car audio. I do have a poll.
Of course. God, I was hoping.
Let's check it out. So it says, which of these places has the best menu? In-N-Out Burger, Whataburger, Sonic, Five Guys, and Shake Shack. As you can tell, I'm a burger fan.
No, and I'm a burger fan too. I just don't eat them.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Shake Shack, I don't think. It might have been the one we went to in Orlando that I absolutely hated and was totally bummed about.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand. Five Guys is literally French fries, hot dog, or a cheeseburger hamburger. This was a trick question. Yeah. That's all that's on the menu. Oh, and a milkshake if you're lucky. But I don't really consider that a thing. I mean, there's nothing there. And honestly, if you kind of get burned out on their fries because it's like,
all the fries.
It's like,
how many fries do you want? Yes.
Yeah, I'll put them all in the bag. Just like do the thing and dump them in, and then it's like the bag is gooey grease, and you put a whole thing of salt in it, and then it's like ketchup fry, and then you're just like, oh my god, I don't want any more goddamn fries. Sonic probably has the biggest menu out of all those, but I mean, I would just do Whataburger because they have chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Shake Shack has the bombest chicken sandwich. They have grilled or fried, either one you want. Shake Shack's good, man. If you haven't had one, I definitely recommend.
I'd have to ask Haley because we went to some place in Orlando a couple years back, and she's like, "This is the place. This is the bomb." And we went there, and we're like, "This place sucks." Like the service was horrible. The food was just like, really?
Where's all the Dean food? I don't see hardly any chicken.
Yeah, or just like, I don't know. I mean, hey, we live next to a Chick-fil-A, so I mean, it sets the bar high.
Yeah, that's for sure. Sonic is probably the worst burger out of all of them, but I think they're pretty good as far as like fast food goes.
Right.
But they got the menu that you can get basically
anything you want. Yeah, it's funny. We had one here, and I think we went there maybe a total of twice. And now it's gone. And it's like, those are the only commercials that we have on TV is Sonic commercials. And I'm like, it's just a torture. It's like, I want to go get one of these things, but I can't because there is no Sonics. And I just really don't care to go find one.
You know how a lot of times when you get a shake, it's in a smaller, they'll call it a large, but it's actually smaller.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm perfectly fine with.
Yeah, me too. That like, I know the rules. Like the rules is if you get a large, it's like 16 ounces.
It's a medium.
Yeah. So I send my wife, she's going to Sonic. Of course, it's my wife. She's going to Sonic. I was like, hey, get me a Butterfinger mix with hot fudge and caramel in it. Large. Okay. Give me a large. She's like, the large is $7. Like, I don't care. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm already eating a shake. Who cares? She brings this dude home. It is a 32 ounce.
They get you a pint of fucking ice cream. Oh my God.
I was like, wait a minute, they don't go by this is not the shake rules. When I say large, I'm thinking 16 ounce, not 32 ounces.
Oh my God, dude. So well, did you finish it? That's all I want to know. You tapped out?
I finished
tap
it.
out on it,
Except for that, like there was a like everything that was left in the bottom of the 32 ounce. I finished the top, and dude, my stomach
was
so tore up the next day. Like, it was bad.
So who knows when Haley and I going to a Dairy Queen, and we're sitting there, eating our things, and this little chubby kid walks in, and he goes, I want a large Blizzard. And they're like, okay. And he goes, I want a large. He's pointing to the big 32-ounce cup. And they're like, no, this is a large. No, I want a large. I want a large. Well, that one. There you go. They don't come in that size. But I want that one. And they're like, and her and I are just rolling on laughing our asses off because we're like, maybe eat a salad, dude. I mean, come on. You're like 10 years old. You're already pushing 2. Come on. You got 2 bills rocking here. Let it go. I want a large. I'm like, somebody find this kid's mother.
Like somebody. I'm sorry, kid. Somebody's got to cut you off. His mom would get 2 and pour them in a large cup for him.
Yeah,
that's usually how that goes.
Oh, Jesus, fat kid love. Hey, whatever.
I have some more nonsense. If we don't lag out, that I can share here. And I know you're going to love this.
Oh,
the 30 best 80s movies. I'm going to tell you, I didn't even see the first one because
about me. I'll be alone dancing,
Blue Velvet.
Baby. What was that one? I don't remember Blue Velvet.
I've never seen this.
I don't think I've ever seen it either. Yeah. It looked like watch on. Yeah, okay. All right. So if it's on Netflix, there's a possibility. Oh, Blade Runner. I've seen every different version of that movie. I've seen the director's cut. I've seen the extended play. I've seen the original. I've seen it's like I don't even know why, because it's not really that good of a movie.
Yeah.
It's an okay movie that like I've seen it enough.
If you're a Star Wars fan, you watch all Harrison Ford's crap.
Correct. Yes.
It's just the way it is.
Right.
He's a grumpy old man, and he's probably been grumpy since he was an old man. But you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Obviously, E.T. Who hasn't seen that?
We still do this ride at Universal, and it's so
dope. The one with the where you're pedaling the bike. Oh, dude, I love that ride.
And E.T. has to come home to save the universe, and everyone there talks English except somehow E.T. didn't. Welcome home, E.T. And you're like, wait a minute. Why are you calling him E.T.? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It was for extraterrestrial. His name wasn't actually E.T., okay? He has to have a real name. Like, this went sideways so quick. It's like, why are they all speaking English?
I got a funny story about this. When my daughter was doing, the Junior Olympic volleyball stuff, we'd go on tournaments. And I remember I put on my iPad a bunch of movies that my son was watching. And he had never seen E.T., so we downloaded it from Netflix so he could watch it offline.
Yeah.
And the spot where they come in with the hoods and everything, and they're looking, the scientists, scared the crap out of him. This dude's like 15 at the time or 14. I see him in the corner, just, what the hell? I was like, dude, that scared me too when I was little.
Oh, The Shining.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, that's insanity.
I mean, everyone's seen that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, Ghostbusters. Right there. That is my top 3 movies right there. Ghostbusters. Yeah. I got a buddy of mine that we both love this movie, and we'll literally just sit there for hours just doing one-liners on this, and everyone in the room just was so freaking annoyed with us because we're like, dude, you guys suck. And for the flat top, yeah. Just because she sleeps 3 feet off the bed.
I haven't seen it in so long, but Ghostbusters is great. The remake, not so much.
With the chicks? No, that was dumb. Yeah, but the next one that's coming out.
Oh, it looks good, but they got delayed.
That's his son. That's what Ivan Reitman's son's directing that movie. So there is hope. Like somebody found the Flamingo Kid. Ooh, Alien. So Alien was just kind of like, okay, Aliens best movie.
Yeah,
like was it Chet from Weird Science, the one the guy that died? Man, it's ridiculous, man. I'm fucked, bro. that movie,
dude. That movie is. If you haven't seen this, what are you doing? I mean, Ripley is the most badass woman in history.
Out of all the Aliens, this was the best one. Like Aliens vs Predator, Aliens, whatever, Resurrection, blah 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 blah. This one holds it up. It gets it to the point. The Prometheus and the whatever the other goofy name and the new ones are. It's like those are neat and they're quaint and all that. But this movie, dude, you're scared and laughing your butt off the whole time. It's wonderful. I love that.
It's like a robot.
Yeah. Forklifter. Yeah.
Hannah
and her sisters. Didn't see that one.
I didn't see that one. How are we the same kind of nerd that we don't know these other movies?
Because they sucked.
I guess
there was no guns. No one got blown up. There wasn't a spaceship involved. There was emotions. I'm out.
Oh, here we go.
Fernando has not seen this movie.
What?
And he goes, I'm not going to watch it. I go, what is wrong with you? He goes, nah, it's dated. I'm like,
oh, no.
It's not dated. This movie still holds water. And it starts out in South America. I mean, are you kidding me?
Wait, which one? When's the one where he fell into the snakes? Is that
this one?
Is this one?
Yeah. The snake to get the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, man.
And R2-D2's on the wall behind him.
I remember this.
Raging Bull. That was dumb.
Yeah, it was. I didn't care for it too. I mean, right here though, Breakfast Club. Come on.
I already sang the song. Don't you forget about me.
That's the dopest walkout.
You know it, baby. Tell me your troubles and I'll give you everything inside and out. I love this song. I have it on my playlist. I was jamming to it the other day driving to work.
This movie is so good that even my 2 teenage kids love this movie.
How could you not? I mean that's the only one that falls in the genre. Like that movie was totally an accident, and I'm sure you probably the only reason why you watched it is the same reason I watched it. It's because it was all over HBO that summer.
Yeah,
that's it. It was like, what are we gonna watch? Breakfast Club again? Okay,
but might as well.
Yeah, why not? Road Warrior, that was okay.
Yeah, that one was all right. I feel the same way. Do the Right Thing. That's a classic.
Yeah, but that's one of those movies you saw once, and then you were like, I did it. Now let's do something else. You can do that thing again.
The ending on Do the Right Thing is terrible, though, man, because he turned, like, dude, he's bad. At the end, like, yo, you learned nothing, dude. You didn't learn anything.
Well, that was the whole point of the movie. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember this.
I didn't see that. No.
Oh, come on.
I never saw that one. No.
Who's seen this, man? It's is that a booger right there?
I think that's a booger right there.
That's a booger.
Ooh, The Last Dragon. Gleaming the Cube. Breakfast Club. Yeah. White Man Can't Jump. Yep, seen that one. Bull Durham. Why? Oh, Die Hard. Best Christmas movie ever.
I actually totally agree with that. Some people are the polar opposite, but I love it.
No, all right, so Christmas movies, Die Hard, the original Lethal Weapon, obviously the Home Alones, whatever.
Home Alone. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. They'll pop in my head as I go, but those 2 movies are like because like Die Hard was great because that's totally a Christmas movie, and I love the meme. It's like, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza. Yeah. But the Lethal Weapon was great, and I love the intro to that movie where they start out playing the Christmas music, and the Amanda Huntsecker is just high out of her mind, and she just takes the swan dive, and you're just like, every time I hear that song over the holidays, I'm just picturing her just like, I'm so high, I think I can fly.
I haven't seen Lethal Weapon in so long, man. So long.
And honestly, there's no reason to watch it.
Oh,
Because
this
you
is a
just
good one.
go, I can't stand Danny Glover, and
Yeah.
Mel Gibson is just a douche. So
Airplane. You have to blow the computer.
I think the shit's gonna hit the fan.
I mean,
Big,
come on.
Big Trouble in Little China. I think Big Trouble in Little China was another one of those that that was just on all summer. It was on all summer. The Thing. Oh God, dude, that movie scared the shit out of me.
Everybody.
Dude, when that head like sprout spider legs and scurried away, or when his chest popped open and took his hands right off, you're going, oh!
Wait, is this the one where at the very end of the movie, they don't know who's the thing, if one or the other's the thing, and they're talking to each other? Yeah,
and they're both sitting in the freezing cold, and you know, they're just like, and he's just like, I'm too tired to care.
It's like, well, I might
if
as
you're
well die now.
Sick, yeah, exactly. Who cares? Once Upon a Time in America, I saw that, but for the life of me, could not tell you anything about it.
No, I'm the same way on that one. Oh, dude,
Pass.
This movie was not good.
Yeah.
Now the second one was Cher.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah,
the Mask.
Yeah. But it had Cher, so everyone was like, "Oh, she's so hot, it's Cher. She could sing and act. Whatever."
Do you
believe in life after love? I hate Cher. I'm not a Cher fan. Can't stand her. You know, but buddy of mine is. He loves it. Oh, Cher's the bomb. I'm like, dude, you're old. Back to the Future. I mean, talk about the coolest car in the world becoming the coolest car after it didn't matter anymore.
Right.
You know, it's like, how freaking stupid is that? Like, the DeLorean is the most awesome car ever, but you can't get him anymore. But we're going to feature it in the next 3 movies. And sorry.
You're going to want it. You know who else I'm sorry to? The guy that's watching this looking to learn something about car audio. I'm sorry you've made it in 20 minutes. We still love you. Keep watching.
It'll get better.
Yeah. I don't remember this, Rand.
Never saw it. Nope.
Oh, come
on. Ferris Day Off. Bow.
Classic.
Bow. Yellow.
Classic. Which one? Wasn't one of these a pedophile?
No. In real life?
Yeah.
I'm think
pretty sure. Not Ferris Bueller. I think it might be Cameron.
No,
isn't it Cameron?
No, he's not a pedophile.
Wait up! Somebody in the chat's gonna know.
Oh no! It was Doc Rooney, the principal guy.
Was it?
Yeah, he was. It was that guy.
Yeah,
it wasn't the kids. No, it wasn't the kids at all.
Good.
No, they're still acting. So if anyone has never seen Ferris Bueller's, or they've seen it and they've wondered what the name of the group is that does that, the name of the group is Yellow. And if you've never dug deep into their library of work and you have a streaming service of some kind, all the Yellow songs are phenomenal test songs, because they're so everywhere.
Yeah. Now that you're saying that, I can I know the song and I can just imagine it. It's kind of like, have you ever listened to 99 Red Balloons?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like
way different. Yeah. Everything they sing is like that. And another one that is another group that is really cool, that makes that if you listen to it, you'll find that a lot of hip hop has stolen or whatever that's called, where you politely take their music and turn it into something else, is Kraftwerks.
Oh yeah.
Kraftwerks is like, they're a German band, and they made some really awesome music back in the day. Oh yeah. But it was like the first, the first semi-popular, or that I'm aware of. I mean, obviously there's digital music like that, but it was some of the really most popular. And then you had Art of Noise. If you've never listened to anything by the Art of Noise, you've heard a lot of Art of Noise songs and movies, but you've probably never actually listened or figured out who they were. But they have a greatest hits album that is like, wow, really? They do a cover of Tom Jones, I Think I Want to Dance Now. They do like a remix of it back before remixes were remixes, and it's like really cool. They also did when Dan Aykroyd did the remake of Dragnet. They did the original one of those, and I think they might have done the Max Headroom stuff when he was but. Art of Noise is really cool. 48 Hours was awesome. And it was so awesome. They said, what would be cool if we made another one? Let's make another 48 Hours. Yeah, that's what are we going to call it? No, literally, we're going to call it another 48 hours.
Yeah.
What are we going to do differently? Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
We're just going to make the same movie over again, and we're going to call it another 48 hours, and we'll make more money. All right, I'm in. Let's do that.
This sounds like a Always Sunny in Philadelphia plot. Because definitely, like, I don't know if you've ever watched that show, man, but that show is excellent.
Boing, boom, pop. Yep, boing, boom, pop is Kraftwerk. Boing, boom, pop. Boing, boing. Yeah, okay, I won't go down there. Gary Newman. Okay.
I have car audio things to talk about.
Let's do it.
Should we
milk this train long enough?
I
I feel like at the end there, we really finished it in the car audio world because we talked about cool music that you got to go back and listen to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got demoed on your system, right?
Yeah, I mean, always.
So I don't remember that guy's name, but we got you, bro. We got you covered now.
Yep.
Now we'll talk about some other nonsense.
Let's do some stereo stuff. What do we got?
All right. Built in the same build house means it's the same amp.
That is a biggest pile of bullshit that just annoys the ever-loving shit out of me. No, a build house is, I mean, the name itself should tell you what it is they do. They build things. They're not listen, you know, if I need this cup made, I go to a cup manufacturer that will make me this cup. If I'm an engineer, I go, listen, I need this cup to be this. I don't have the tooling or the presses and all the pieces that I need to build it myself. Therefore, I hire someone to build my amplifier. And that's it. That's why it's called a build house. I mean, listen, every manufacturer on the face of the earth uses some form of a build house for something in whatever it is they're making. You know, whether it be a PCB, whether it be some form of custom resistor, whether it be this stupid cup. There's a build house for just about everything that you could possibly imagine. There's build houses for plastics that all they do is manufacture plastic pieces. So the thing is it's expensive to do everything from start to finish. So you hire a build house that can do that. And then there's all kinds of neat build houses. So, which I'm finding out for reasons we can't talk about, but there's build house. So I can hire an engineer to design something for me. And then we can hire a build house together that has the amount of money that he wants to make off of the product already calculated into it. So then the build house sells me his design already done, and I pay them and they pay him. How cool is that?
That's a system.
It's dope as shit. Like, I didn't even know that existed. I was like, that's a thing? That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things that has consumers and or professionals or people that are just in the world we don't understand. You know, we know that this laptop that Apple made is made by a build house. We also know that there's 10 other computers that the build house probably makes. There is no mistaking this is an Apple computer, okay? I own plenty of Windows computers, and they do not feel like this computer. Okay, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't feel like it. They don't act like it. They don't have no. So one day they're making these, the next day they're making, hey, I got a Dell, dude. you know, or a Samsung or a Sony or some shit like that. So it's a build house. It's just a place where we can go. We have dreams, we have desires, we have aspirations, and we need somebody that can do that for us. Now, that's not to say, hey, they should bring it over in the U.S. I don't care. Like, whoever's making it's making it. Whether you got a build house in Tijuana or you got a build house in Topeka, Kansas, or Nova Scotia, or Taiwan, or wherever the hell this stuff's being made, it's still just a build house that builds things for you. And a lot of the times these manufacturers use multiple build houses because not every build house. And then here's the funny part. You might have a build house that makes part A, a build house that makes part B, C, D, E, and F. And then all those pieces have to come together to another build house to do the final assembly.
Because sometimes that build house is in America.
Yeah. Audio control is a prime example of that. They manufacture and bring in certain components that are built, like when like their home audio. Like when we were there, if you haven't watched the video that I did, the documentary I did of audio control last year, or I'm sorry, 2019, you got to watch it because there's a prime example of somebody that is building in America, okay, the best that they can, meaning They build stuff there, and they bring parts in from other places in the world because you can't get them here in the United States. And they're doing as much in-house as that they can get their hands on. Okay, so they don't build the amplifiers, but they do the final assembly on the amplifier because they don't want some. But they have another company that has to build this piece, and so there's two pieces that bring the and then they assemble it and test it in-house. So it's like, yeah, so that's a build house. But best example of that, okay, we can all say Tony D'Amore is a pretty smart dude, right? Right, he's a pretty smart guy. We're all going to agree on that one.
He's somewhat smart. Some would
somewhat say. Smart guy.
Yeah. he has
a
little bit of knowledge.
If we look at those inexpensive amplifiers that he just came out with, whatever they're calling those, okay, so we have to assume that he spec'd those out, okay, like he designed or he picked the parts or he had something to do with the assembly of those amplifiers because he's too smart of a guy and way too picky to just be like, give me those. Now, if you look closely at those amplifiers, there's other amplifiers on the market that use that same heatsink, okay? Because it's a fairly off-the-shelf heatsink, all right? Does that mean that every amplifier that has that heatsink, there's actually 2 manufacturers I know off the top of my head that use that same heatsink along with him. So that's 3 manufacturers using that same heatsink.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean that they're all the same amplifiers? No, it doesn't mean they're all the same amplifiers. They're all getting their piece of aluminum from the same place so that they can make the amplifier affordable to you, the end user. That's it. Because we all want cheap stuff. Meaning we all want to. I don't want to pay that much for something. Can you get it to me any cheaper? Yeah, if I use an off the rack heatsink, I can. But what do I care? Oh, and then some douchebags they go, oh man, that's the same as that. That's $200 more. Yeah.
I'm sorry. They forget these build houses can build you to a price point, whatever you want. It can be on extreme far high end, or it could be on the lowest end of the lowest end stuff. They don't care about this and this. Yeah, they don't care about their reputation. They're like, hey,
that's not our reputation. We don't give a shit. We're a build house.
Yeah, we just
we don't suck. You suck.
You chose this. You chose that like this.
Yeah. So so I was talking with a manufacturer. I don't remember who it was. We were talking about something. They were talking about the house that makes their amplifiers, and they're like, we were talking with one of the because they have in-house engineers too. A lot of these build houses will have in-house engineers that you can hire to help you with your design if you need to. So like if you're like, I'm not this, but I want to use this cap and this output device and these things, will this work together? And their engineer can be like, you'll get a 5% increase, you'll get a 10% decrease, whatever it is. So they have people in-house if you don't want to hire someone, so you can hire them to help you. And one of the manufacturers they were telling us about, they wanted these amplifiers and they wanted them with Burr Brown DA converters built into them because Burr Brown is like, you have Burr Brown. And the problem is that the Burr Brown and the way the amplifier was designed, they actually had worse performance than the cheap ones that were in there. But they didn't care. They just wanted to put on the box Burr Brown DA converter.
We talk about all the time, the checkbox. You just got to check the box.
They just wanted the box. So you get the amp. This is Burr Brown DAC. And everyone's like, oh, dude, this is awesome. It actually performed worse than but they didn't care because it was just tick the boxes. Marketing.
That's how I got to do. They're wilding out in the chat, man. What's going on over here? The great state of Arkansas is dedicated May 17th as National HifiVega Day. I don't know. Yeah, sure.
I'm down.
But I knew this would be a good topic for you because you know a lot about it. And I love to pick things that slightly annoy you because I get the best response out of you that way.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's one manufacturer that does this with some of their products, and it's like we know the build house, and we know everything. Like we have the inside scoop on all of it, and it's like, you mean they're actually doing this on purpose? And it's like, yeah, and you're like, oh my god, this just
doesn't work. Off. That doesn't work in Dean math.
Oh no, it does because so for $10 more we could have a perfect piece, but no. Damn it! What is wrong with you people?
Oh man, I've got another one for you. I don't know how this is going to land on the Dean scale. Equating more power to good sound.
In what way?
Like, so whenever they say they want a sound quality system or something sounds good, a lot of times it's because they have 150 watts on the component sets or, more.
So basically what you're saying is the ratio of power to sound better, the more power I have, the better it sounds.
And I have found that there is a large, I don't know that it's more than 50% of people I would say fall in this category that I've dealt with. The more power you give them, doesn't matter. It could be a Teramps sine wave 1 kilohertz humming power supply.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm like, oh, dude, it sounds great because
it's 2,400 watts.
Yeah,
it's 2,400 watts
to my mid. Yeah.
So there's a gentleman on YouTube that I don't know his name, but he does he does car audio. And he does videos, and he did a video the other day that I just stumbled into my feed, and he was talking about efficiency. And I watched the whole thing because it just amused I laughed the whole time because he was talking about how these people, because he's an SPL guy, he loves Kicker, and he's talking about how power's cheap. What's up, Jason?
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about power's cheap. So you buy these woofers that are big ass triple stack magnets, giant voice coils, giant surrounds. Because I can buy a 3K for nothing. Okay. And it's like, so you get an inefficient woofer, you get a 3 to 5, 10K amplifier because they're cheap. And it's like, what are you thinking? If you bought, yeah, okay, cool. I got a 10,000 watt amp. I got a sub that's 70 dBs of efficiency. I need 10,000. How am I going to power this 10,000 watt amp to move this woofer? And it was like, people just don't think of this stuff. And so one of the first videos we did in the Car Stereo Lab was with Rockford Fosgate. We took the PBR 404, which is a 4x50 watt amplifier at 4 ohm. And we took it and we put it on a set of components and a 8-inch subwoofer and a ported enclosure. Amplifier is this big. We went with a P2 8-inch, big ported enclosure. So it was decent sized. And the purpose of it was to show, listen, this is a small 400 watt amplifier, which is really 200 watts for the sub and 50 by 2 on some efficient speakers up front that are components that sound really good and an efficient subwoofer. How does that sound? And let me tell you what, it frickin' was ungodly loud. It was wonderful. It sounded great. It sounded spectacular. And people just don't get it. They're like, well, it's 400 watts. What are you going to do with that? And it's like, okay, it doesn't make any sense. So
they just exit out, like it's out of the equation because they read the numbers. It's, efficiency is so important. The thing is, like, we can these days in 2021, we can overcome efficiency because power is cheap and you can get a big subwoofer. But when you want something to sound good, the brute forcing is not going to help you sound good. It's going to help you sound bad fast.
Well, so this week, the first car we worked on was a Subaru WRX STI, or however those 6 letters go together.
How many Vegas did you take out of there?
None, thank God. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. His dad is a great customer. He wanted to give his son a wonderful stereo. So he's an Audison fan. He loves Audison. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna go. There again, after months of going back and forth, what we ended up with was the Audison Forza amplifier, along with the Audison Forza monoblock. And so this is an 8-channel amplifier with 85 watts. All right, that's all it has. But it's in the Prima line, and Prima is a line of speakers and amplifiers that are designed to kind of coexist together. So if you buy a Prima amplifier and you buy Prima speakers, they will give you the maximum performance that you could possibly want out of a set. That's not to say that you can't use either one independently in their own worlds, but if you put them together, you get a much better result than if you were to separate them. I mean, if you put a 70 watt amplifier in a set of Primas, you're going to end up with the same result. But because they're very efficient, they have a wide range of sound playback. So what we ended up doing is using this 8-channel as a 6-channel, and they make a set of mid bass specifically to do that because they realize that you're going to be putting more power to them. So it's like 260 watts, or yeah, it's some silly amount of power like that you can put to each set of mid bass, 75 watts to the tweeters, and then 75 watts to a set of rear component or coaxials. And oh my God. I mean, oh my God, we're sitting in the car and we're done. And we knew it was going to be great. Like, it was like, we knew this was going to be great. It's all high-end stuff. We knew we were not going to be disappointed. We've done enough of these that it was like we sat in the car and we got it all figured out. Yeah, 4x260. And oh man, we just sat there and I'm like, and you can't hear it. And I'm like, this is so freaking, it was like, dude, I had to turn the tweeters down, because dude, they were just blasted. And it's like, because you're trying to get everything balanced and sound good. And these guys, they have a Macintosh home system, so they grew up knowing what sounds good. So it's you're not screwing around with this, and it just like, oh my God, next level shit. And it just sounded so amazing. And yeah, it's like this amp is this big. Like, we showed it on Monday. They were 2 of them stacked on top of each other. It's like,
I seen them. They're
Are you kidding
and
me?
They're the DSP built in, right?
DSP's built into the 8-channel, yeah.
I love a system that's completely designed by one company, meant to work together.
Yeah.
And even though it often costs a lot more, I know that someone sit there and thought, okay, how is this going to work with this? How is this going to work with this? When that's done, it makes me feel good inside.
I like this. Sean. Passive crossovers introduce noise and heat and raw power, and they suck. That is a big misconception that a lot of people have. It's not any of that. I mean, do they suck power? A little bit. I mean, do they introduce noise? I mean, no. I mean, if you got crappy ones, possibly. But I mean, I mean, maybe we're just fortunate we deal with really high-end passive crossovers at time to time. But there's a time and place for everything, and I don't think they suck, and they really don't rob power all that much. So
I think, like, you can get, if you're a beginner, a passive crossover is your friend because they take the harshness off the tweeter for you. Yeah, right off the bat.
And they also, you can make them. They save you the headache of having to figure this shit out.
Right. And if you don't know how to use a DSP, at least generally, you can get a lot worse sound doing it yourself than doing the passive. The passives, that kind of limits you. You can go, 3 dB this way, 3 dB that way on the tweeter, and that's basically what you got.
All right, hold on. It's so minimal. Yeah, it's not even registered. I mean, yeah, the passive crossover is really, I mean, I love the people that say, oh, passive crossover. Listen, the advantage of active is got nothing to do with all that. The advantage of active is the control. All right, that is the number one thing about going full active that makes your life better, is the ability to control everything. Right. Yeah. Prime example of that, the car, like, we'll go back to this WRX. Okay, that WRX had an all-pass filter in it. An all-pass filter does not allow me to do time alignment, because if I do that, it's going to do weird things across the dash, because we won't even get to an all-pass filter and what it is. It's just a freaking annoying. But if you want to see what it is, watch the rebroadcast on Monday, because we actually show it and how it works. We filmed it. It was on Instagram, so it was on 5 Minutes of 5-Star on Monday. We showed what it is, so if you want to know more about it. Anyways, but the purpose of an all-pass filter in a factory system is to very generically give you soundstage, okay? So it will help, like, if you sit in a car and you play music and it sounds like there's a soundstage, like there's literally sound up on the dash and there's almost like somebody is talking in the center somewhere area, that's because there's an all-pass filter in there, all right? There's not a DSP in the sense that they're not doing time alignment or that crap, because they want it to sound good for both driver and passenger. So they're using an all-pass filter to do that. Now, the all-pass filter happened to be low enough in the frequency. It was somewhere around 400, 320 to 400 hertz. All right. So that meant that we could not apply time alignment to our mid bass. There was also one in the rear. So that meant we really can't time align the rear to the driver. So what we ended up doing, and these are all things that without an RTA, you're pretty much screwed. So what we ended up doing is we could time align the tweeters, and the tweeters played down to 3,000 hertz, which is nice and low, and they sounded good. So we could time align those and bring those up into the center because there was no all-pass filter that was going to direct those. We left these at 0 dBs of adjustment. All right, so what that basically equates to is the only speaker that had delay in it was the driver's tweeter. The other three speakers had no delay because the all-pass filter was going to throw the soundstage up on the dash. It's built in. We don't have to do anything. Literally, all we have to do is throw some EQ at it just to level things out, make things not so peaky and harsh, and let the all-pass filter do its job. Okay, the rears, we added the same delay to both left and right. So we made them the exact same delay. We added like maybe a millisecond and a half or 2 milliseconds of delay on them just to push them back further. Yeah. You know, and they would, and there again, if they're both delayed the same, that all pass filter isn't going to affect because they're doing the exact same sound. It's when you shift them that they don't line up and things get really weird. All right. So now we sat in the car. Staging was unreal. I mean, the first thing the customer said, because the customer knew what we were doing, because I was like, hey, if we want to fix this or do it differently, we can use a kicker key lock, and that'll negate the all pass filter. And he goes, you know what? They're kids. I don't think they're going to care. Let's just see how this works. And I was like, fine with me. I think we can make this work fine. I mean, the all pass filter is already doing the job for us. It's actually going to be less stress. Now, that worked because we were full active. Yeah. If we were passive, that wouldn't have worked at all because there's no way for us to steer those tweeters. It would have just been a loud tweeter and a distant tweeter. So active saved that. Passive would have sucked. So there's your argument for active. That's a good argument for active. Not, they steal your power.
Well, you know, if you're going active, you obviously know what you're trying to do, or you have a goal that you're trying to get that you're probably not going to meet with a passive crossover.
Correct.
So I mean, it's like, but then in turn you can't say a pass is bad because pass is doing what it's meant to do. Active doing what it's just different.
You give me a set of Morel passive crossovers. Those things are gorgeous. You give me a set of Flakel passive crossovers. Oh my God, they're sex, man. I mean, they're like $200 crossovers. I mean, are you kidding me?
Right.
Like they don't know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, almost every home speaker has a passive in it because they're not going to run. That was my next thing.
I was literally going to say the same thing. It's like,
they're not going to run 10 or 12 channels in a home system just for one set of speakers.
God, could you imagine that? I mean,
somebody's doing it right now. I'm sure.
You know, like if you get into like the Utopia Grand Utopias and all that, where you do that, then I mean, there are plenty of big ass monitors that have the multiple amplifiers that power them just because they need that. But I mean, you know, most of these home speakers that you buy, they're floor standing, and then you're putting 110 watts from a shitty little IC power chip multi-channel amplifier that you have in your living room. It's like, oh yeah. Oh, and you'll be the first one to say, dude, listen to these. Listen to my Infinities that I have here. These things sound so amazing. Like, so good. And you're like, but bro, those have passive crossovers in it. They're stealing all your power. It sounds terrible. And they're going to cause noise. And they're going to heat up. Your cabinets are going to catch on fire.
Burn the house down. There's CCA wire in that passive. How many channels does your audio control head unit have?
7.
7. Okay.
7.1. It's 7.1. I'm using 5.1 because I'm not.
Are you going to, is it the, what's that called? Where they do the overhead speakers?
The rears. So mine are in the ceiling. I just had, when I bought this house, I didn't have the room to do like rear fill the way I wanted to. So I just threw some 6.5 in the ceiling or 8-inch in the ceiling or something like that. But my front stage is all Morel. And in my previous house, I actually had 4 Morel speakers behind me built into a bookshelf that I had made that was really nice. But this house, I couldn't use it, which was a total bummer. But I was told there would be no car audio talk. This isn't car audio talk. This is passive. We're talking about home audio now. But no, I still haven't had time to dig deep into it. But I have a 5.1 system that is full active. No, I do have it's full active in the sense that every speaker has its own amplifier. I don't use any of the power out of the amplifier. I have all outboard amplifiers. So when my shit turns on, my lights dim.
I've got a bulk sound bar.
I don't have that.
It's pretty sweet, bro.
It is pretty sweet.
I got one of those little Bluetooth like credit card remotes to go with it. Yeah, man, it's so dope.
It took me all day Sunday to get this shit wired up and put into place. And it's not even that big of a system. It's just I'm that anal. So it was like just making sure, like, okay.
Did you run the wires along the floorboard with zip ties in between
for the rear speakers?
No, I mean just for everything, for the RCAs and everything.
Yes,
of course. I need to see pictures of this setup when it's done.
But that's the thing about home audio is that it's really hard to make. I mean, all the things are zip tied together, but they're not in really bundles. But it's mainly for me. I try to keep all my power cables away from all my RCAs and HDMIs. So that's more of what I'm trying to do. I have everything kind of like pushed farther apart. So and then but it's nothing to get that excited about. Yeah, nothing at all. Nothing to see here.
I'm sure there's a few wires you're like, oh, I cannot. This won't stand.
I just bought all brand new HDMI cables today because I was like
the thin ones, like the really thin ones that are easy.
No, I bought some nice ones. I was I would have gladly spent more, but I just couldn't find any that were worth buying. But no, I have so many RCAs. Like I have so many high-end RCAs from Stinger back when they used to make a lot of coax style high-end RCAs. So I was like, I should get all new RCAs. And I was like, I still have just boxes of high-end RCAs. There's like, nah, I'm good. And somehow I ended up with extras. I was like, how did I end up with extras? All right, well, yeah. So I don't know. I didn't ask, but
don't ask, don't tell, right?
Dean, you need to get involved in Soundman, EXO, Cardio Maverick, Van Wars, 5-star bass van. Do it. Here's my question for all of that: is anyone actually participating in this, or is it all in Doug's head?
No,
I feel like it's all in Doug's head.
This is all in Doug's head. Was this 100% Doug's head? But EXO is actually building a van.
He's building a van. I got that, but I totally feel like this is all in Doug's head. I mean, God love the man. He's been doing this forever, and it's like, yeah, that's awesome, but it's got to get lonely. Like, thank God. I don't know how he's doing it because
I give him props. Every single thumbnail. It's Base Wars, so Star Wars.
Yeah.
Every single thumbnail, Star Wars.
Every day we see it.
Yeah,
I mean it's awesome, but I just feel like he's got to be like slowly losing his mind, for
I think that's been going on for a while.
Okay, so but I'm just saying we've watched it slowly. I mean,
are you saying we should like try to get him help or
no? I'm just
like, is it going to be on us if he loses it all the way?
I hope not. I mean,
because
I don't want to be going like Hi-Fi and Dean said that, they should have done something. They should have acted. I'm like, sorry. But I mean, all I know is that I spend plenty of time in the install bay, and especially right now, what I call the groundhog year to year, back to back of just like day after day, the same thing, day after day, same thing, day after day, same thing. And it's like, he goes into that shop all by himself. And it's like, oh my God, it's just got to weigh heavy on him. Some days it's like, oh, I don't want to be here. Maybe he's not. Who knows? I don't know.
Just I can imagine Dean left to his own machinations and inside of his own shop with nobody else to dial it back.
Oh, it sucked. It sucked.
We might get some crazy.
I could tell you the channel wouldn't be as clean as it is right now. I would have lost my mind a long time ago. I mean, Fernando, thank God, he's my sounding board for every dumb idea that I have. So, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? He's like, I wasn't thinking that. All right, what were you thinking? All right, that makes a little bit more sense. Let's do that. I like that idea. But
I'm sure the people that are tuning in to learn car audio from Soundman's videos, and he puts like in 2 boards in a day and basically tells that like Hey man, I'm all for that. But the dude that wrote in, he probably ain't having those Soundman videos.
No, I mean, does anybody tune into him for watching car audio?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's the jokes. You're there for the jokes.
I know it's 100% entertainment. I mean, that's the only reason I watch it, because I watch it for watching him. You know,
I wanted to. He's going to make fun of Mark.
At this point, he might find out about this and make fun of us. Which,
I mean,
give or take, whatever. I mean,
who cares? We make fun of ourselves, so what's it matter?
I was gonna say.
And he recently been making fun of the DIY sound guy, so that's been fun as well.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, God, is he making fun of the where is he coming from? I mean,
he might, DIY. He has hit some kind of. He's in the algorithm because he's like skyrocketed recently in subscribers. So that's must have been how he's seen him. So yeah, man, he's awesome. In there now. So Doug gets to make fun of him and do the EXO.
Yeah, but we know about that algorithm that works for about a week, maybe 2, possibly a month, and then it's like you're done.
Yeah, you just gotta enjoy the ride while it's riding.
Oh yeah, I mean, we hit one of those a couple years ago, and it was like I was just like, oh my God, this is insanity, and this is awesome. I was like, and I'm just like, this can't be real. Like, oh wow, and then then the numbers just slow down, and you're like, oh man, it'll pop back, it'll come back, and it's like,
it's coming back. Well, see, that's why I'm never gonna hit that streak. I'll just stay low the whole time.
I am way more. I like consistency. For me, I'm a consistent guy. I like numbers that are just flat. Yeah. It's like, give me this and then just go flat. And I like that. Every now and then it'll go up, it'll go down. But for the most part, I like flat numbers. I don't like peaks. And, I mean, Big D got that when he did that box. Everyone in India decided to subscribe to his channel, which is great. But
yeah. Well, the good thing about growing slowly or consistently is that these are your people. They know what you're here. They're here for the same reason you are.
Yeah.
They're in on the joke. But if you go too fast, sometimes you get the people that don't understand what you're doing, and they're they want you to do something else.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. So that's the joy of YouTube. It's like you watch something, you don't like it, you go find somebody else.
Right, exactly.
Or you create your own channel, which personally to me, I would much rather, when you tell me I suck and I don't know what I'm talking about, I go, okay,
show me.
And then I go, well, do you have a phone? Make your own channel and show me what I'm doing wrong, because I would love for you, if you're that much better than I am, which you probably, from what you're telling me you are, which is perfectly fine, then make your own channel and show us what you got. Otherwise, the put up and shut up thing is 100%. Otherwise, you're just standing over there in the corner being a D-bag, and I what do I care? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't give a shit. Oh, you're so special. Oh my gosh. The other thing that I was thinking about today, so I follow this guy in Iran that does car audio, and they do some amazing car audio, and they're in Iran. And I was like, you know what? Car audio could save the world. I really do. If I think car audio could save the world, because here's this guy in Iran that he is totally stoked about car audio. They have a shop in Iran, which none of us would think of, but because our vision, what CNN and Fox and all these guys, it's a dust bowl of pure crazy. No, this guy has a beautiful store in Iran. It's like, it looks like it looks like any city in America, and you're just like, oh wow, that's okay, whatever.
We talked about that with Russell Wong when we had him on. He's been all over the world, and it's like, yo, you might not be able to speak the language.
Yeah, but you get it.
When you see the install, like, hey, yo, like, we're the same. Even we speak bass. We speak bass.
We speak sound and speakers and happiness and goosebumps. Ooh.
Exactly.
The problem is, and then of course I followed it to its natural transition, the end, in which case it's like, it's always going to end the same way it does with the YouTube channel. You're going to have some guy that's going to argue about, oh man, but you could use passive crossovers and they do this. And you're like, oh my God, seriously, bro? Seriously?
That got you like, have you seen the Ed Norton movie where he's a racist? What's the name?
Yes, American History X.
American History X. Okay, so his brother learns his lesson.
That mouth on the jaw.
Oh, that's terrible, dude. I turned my head every single time I watched that. But his brother, is learning this lesson this whole time. He's teaching him the lesson. And then at the end, he gets shot. That's what happened to you.
Yeah.
He gets shot by the dude, and it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, don't learn. Yeah.
You don't learn anything at all. Oh, man.
The Terminator 2.
Yeah, the Edward Furlong. That's a, yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's so brutal.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was crazy. But I will say this: Terminator 2, best Terminator ever. One was fun because it was campy and new, and the concept was like, okay. But then you come back and you give him $1 billion to make a movie. Come on, dude. He literally throws the decks out of the window, grabs a freaking minigun like he's Jesse the Body Ventura from Predator and just lights everything up, man. And he doesn't kill anybody because the kid goes, don't kill anyone. And he's like, oh, really, dude? Yeah. And you're dead. Like, and you're just going, yeah, kill that dude. Okay, don't kill him. Just kill all the cars. Just kill all the cars. Hell yeah, kill the cars. You know, it's politically correct. We'll be able to watch it in 2020. No one will get mad. We didn't kill anybody.
I haven't watched them enough to even have an argument about it because I think you might be right. I've seen them, but it's been so long. Oh, dude, this is why the movie cast needs to happen with Big D.
Let me tell you,
we have lots of movie talk.
I got the Blu-ray. I got the DVD special edition. I probably got it on Laserdisc. The one movie that I have on every single format that I could possibly get my hands on it is Predator. Predator was my all-time favorite movie. Like, if that movie is on TV, even though I have it on VHS, DVD, Apple TV, Blu-ray, Laserdisc, I don't have it on Beta because I think Beta was gone by then, but I have it on everything else. Okay, I will sit and watch it, and I will sit there and mouth it like, I got time to believe. Well, you got time to duck? Go, get to the chopper! You know.
Dude, I love Predator versus Alien even. That movie's abomination.
Okay, those were just like over there. It's like Arnold did this movie that was like, and dude, like when you like on YouTube, if you're a Predator fan, here on YouTube, there's somebody that does the secrets of like Predator, like when they were filming that movie. The crazy Indian guy that was on there, he had to have a bodyguard around him because he was freaking crazy and wanted to kill everybody. So they actually had a bodyguard to protect
everyone else around him.
Yeah, because he was nuts, which I thought was funny. But they worked in the jungle. Everybody got sick. Like, they had to stop production at some point and come back. That's why if you look at Arnold at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie, he looks a lot thinner.
Yeah,
because everyone got sick, everyone lost weight. It was just a nightmare to film. And the fact that the movie even went as far as it did and came out, like, and then the Predator was actually supposed to be this. They cast a person. Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to be the Predator.
Really?
Like this lobster guy, and they were like, "This is the stupidest thing ever."
I'd pay him to do that. Anybody?
Yeah. So then they came back and they had a real Predator and had to film all the scenes over again.
I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme, man. I loved me some Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Who didn't love Jean-Claude Van Damme? I mean, come on. The whole Fight Club movie that he did where, he had to fight the big Chinese guy from Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, like, that was so dope.
My God. You're just like, wow, what did that guy ate his eggs. That guy's a big dude. He had a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
He's like that chick that, he's Gaston, but he's Oriental. Way to go. I just want to say this. We talked about some car audio, damn it.
Never put them two together. Gaston.
Bloodsport, thank you. Yes, Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Good times. So, what's coming up, man? Tell me what's going on.
Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips. We got the news. I don't know how much news we're going to have, but somehow for 20-some-odd weeks, we've managed to pull together a news channel of shows or whatever. So tune in tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll do that. Saturday, of course, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do the live show on YouTube. Will be another video tomorrow morning that'll come out to whatever series we're running right now. I got to go edit that when we're done. And that's what I got going on. What do you got going on?
I've got, Sound Advice on Monday.
Yes.
It's the DIY audio guy's turn. And I cannot remember the topic for the life of me, but I remember when he mentioned the topic that I thought in my head, this is going to be a very good topic. So tune in for that on his channel.
Okay.
I'm going to SQology. If you guys are going to SQology, hit me up. I'm only going to be there Saturday.
Are you going to take some footage?
Oh, dude, I'm taking the M50. I've got actually a new lens. I've got a new ND filter. I'm ready to roll, man. And I've got like 6 batteries. So,
all right, make sure you get a lot of the slow pans.
Oh yeah, slow pans.
And then some of these.
And the up and down. And what about the zoom in too?
I love those. God, those drive me nuts.
Dude, I need a gimbal for this, but they're
gimbal. Shoot wide. Let the software do it.
Yeah. Let's see.
The software will do it much better. Shoot wide, let your software do it.
Yeah.
Software will do a great job. Just shoot wide so that you don't have to worry about it.
That's the one downfall of LumaFusion, I will say.
Oh, then you can't crop.
No stabilization. There's no stabilization.
Sorry, man. I use the real app.
Yeah, I know. I'm not on that level yet. But I'll get there.
Stay where you're at. It's way easier.
All right. So
okay, Conan the Barbarian. I'm gonna love Bobby. You're right. High five on that one. That's another one that, dude. I'm an Arnold guy. Arnold and Sylvester Stallone. I have all their movies as long as there was guns involved. The heartfelt Texas dancing shit. No, but yeah. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
End the show. Thanks, guys.